system, and this is the older model system. There is a newer version that's a little bit cheaper and all black, which I would have preferred the black one, but I already have this system, so I'm not going to buy another one. But it uses USB controllers, and you can put in 2 cartridges, so you don't have to switch them out all the time. And these cartridges are proprietary to the system, so you need the VS system or the handheld version to play those games. Let me grab my games and let's have a look at them. Alright, we have Indie Heroes Collection 1, and it has a bunch of indie games on it. This one is still sealed. I have not opened it yet, but it has a bunch of different independent and homebrew gems, which is quite interesting. They looked fun to play, so I decided to grab the collection. Don't know these titles at all, but hey, thought we'd give them a shot. Next, we have the Pico Collection 1, which has a bunch of games from the Pico publisher. Now these were on the home consoles, but there's a bunch of them on here, like 20. So, a whole bunch of ones that you can play. Some of them are probably familiar. I remember 8 Eyes. I don't remember what system that was on, though. And I believe these are the home console versions. So these are not the arcade versions of the games. But there's a bunch of them on here, which in my opinion made it worth to get the cartridge if there's a bunch of games that you like. The next one is Atari Lynx Collection 2, and I have Atari Lynx Collection 1 somewhere in this pile, and I picked up the Atari Lynx ones for my husband because he likes the Atari Lynx. He had one growing up. Still has one, but I think the buttons don't function properly right now. So he would be more familiar with these games than I would. Although I think California Games was on a bunch of systems back then. So that one I am familiar with. But the other ones I don't really know. Like Chip's Challenge, Todd's Adventures in Slime World, Blue Lightning, Sarler Mercenary, Checkered Flag, Electro Cop, Gates of Zendikon. That last one sounds familiar, but I don't remember. If it was on another system, it sounds familiar. We have the Renovation Collection 1. I don't remember what publisher this was. I think it was just, it might have just been Renovation, I think. I don't quite remember. But there's a NES 1 and 3, Genesis, which I have not played those, but they do sound familiar, so maybe something we can play. Let me all know if they want to do an unboxing or play any of these games on the channel. We have Interplay Collection 2. I think I might have the first one. I don't remember if I do or not. But there's Claymates, Earthworm Jim 2, Clay Fighter 2, Prehistoric Man, Rad Gravity, and the Brainies. Earthworm Jim I've played before. I don't think I played the second one though. Some of these are like platforming type games, or shooters usually. We have Sunsoft Collection 1, the Sunsoft publisher. Oh yeah, this one only came with 6 games. Mr. Gimmick, Blaster Master Boy, Journey to Silius, Blaster Master, Arrow the Acrobat, and Arabian. I don't think I ever played any of these games, which is why I grabbed this pack. I think there might be a second collection to this, but I don't have it, I don't think. Next is Codemasters Collection 1. I think this was a lot of, I don't think a lot, like maybe a few sports titles on here, but I want to say I think that's what it was. Let's see. Oh, it's got a bunch of games on here. I always forget which has a bunch and which doesn't. But yeah, soccer, cannon fodder, tennis, some pinball, Cosmic Space Head, Super Skid Marks. What? Some of these are really hard to read through the camera. CJ's Elephant Antics, Big Nose, B-52, The Ultimate Stuntman, Stunt Buggies, Linus Spacehead, Big Nose the Caveman. I remember hearing about the Big Nose games, but I never played them. And the Boomerang Kid. So, quite a bunch of games to play. Here is the Atari Lynx Collection 1. A little out of order, but that's okay. Again, I never played the Atari Lynx, so it'd be neat to have some of these games on there. Dracula, Scrapyard Dogs, tennis, basketball, cybervirus. What else is there? Is that Zump? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Omega Pack, Oh Volleyball, Loops. I think I want to say Loops was on the NES maybe, or I might be thinking of another game. And Power Factor. So, a bunch of titles on here. Oh, I meant to open the other one earlier and I forgot, so let me show you what's inside. system right now, but I can show you another one later. It does come with a nice little booklet, which I love because I love manuals, so we might have to do a little reading of these at some point. But it shows you a little snapshot of all the games, and it gives you a tip, which is kind of neat. But I still love instruction manuals in games. I miss them when they are not there. Alright, next we have the Oliver Twins collection. It also says Codemasters on the bottom, which I think published it for them, but I think they developed it. Don't quote me on that. Alright, let's have a look. We have Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy, Super Robin Hood, Wonderland Dizzy, Panic Dizzy, Go Dizzy Go, Firehawk, Professional BMX Simulator, Dream World Pokey, I think is how you say it, Dizzy the Adventurer, Mystery World Dizzy, Treasure Island Dizzy. So apparently they developed Dizzy. But I don't know who they are. But it looks like this is their repertoire of games that they made. Alright, we've got a few more games to show you here, or collections rather. Interplay Collection 1, and these are 8-bit and 16-bit games. So, there's only 6 on this cartridge. It varies. We have Clay Fighter, Earthworm Jim, Battle Chess, Boogerman, which is hilarious, Incantation, and Titan. Earthworm Jim, this is the one I've played a little bit. I have not gotten very far playing that game on the Super Nintendo. Not very good at it at all. We have Mega Cat Studios Collection 1. Which has a few games on here. Is it like 10 or so maybe? I don't know. But they have Coffee Crisis, Old Towers, Dancer, Little Medusa, Super Painter, Multi-Dude, seeing Coffee Crisis here and there. I want to say it was released on the Switch as well. I don't know much about it. I just remember seeing it around. We have Atari Arcade 1. So these purple cartridges, or cases rather, are the arcade versions of the games, if there were any. But we have quite a bunch of games on here. Asteroids Deluxe, Canyon Bomber, Centipede, Crystal Castles, Liberator, Lunar Lander, Millipede, Missile Command, Night Driver, Pong, Skydiver, Super Breakout, and Warlords. Next we have Technos Arcade 1 Collection. If you ever played in the arcades way back when, some of these games will be familiar to you. Mysterious Stones, Dr. John's Adventure, Blockout, Comba Tribes, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. I played that. Double Dragon 3, Mania Challenge, Minky Monkey, Battle Lane Volume 5. I definitely remember playing the Double Dragon games in the arcade. Our last game we have is Data East Arcade 1 Collection. Arcade. So, what do we have here? Burger Time. I remember playing that one. Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Don't know that one. Gate of Doom. Wizard Fire. Breakthrough. Tumble Pop. Darwin 4078. Sly Spy, Chain Reaction, Lock and Chase. Let me show you the cartridge. It is not very big. But that is it. And it just has a bunch of games on there, and you just pop it in the system. Like about the size of a Game Boy game. A little bit thicker. That wraps up this video game collection for my let me know if there's anything you would like me